Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 55 of Guess the Trade, the old double nickel. But first, let's talk about episode 54. We looked at Idiotic Shine's Crescent tool backpack and his loadout with that. Lots of nice tools in there. What was it that he did with those tools? Well, I'm not exactly sure because he still hasn't commented below that video and he didn't tell me in his email. So I have absolutely no idea what he does. So your guess is as good as mine on that. If for some reason he leaves a comment, I probably should do this on all the videos. I will pin his answer at the top of that video, so you can go check that out later. Again, hopefully we'll get the answer to that. So no answer this week, but as we get into episode 55, we're going to look at one loadout today as well, and that is Bond Toad Tech. He has a Milwaukee structured bag along with some pack out that he's got. I think he's got a drawer, it looks like, also a toolbox, and then an organizer along with that Milwaukee structured pack out bag. So we're going to take a look at those, check out his loadout, see if there's tools that we're interested in, see if there's something that we can learn from his loadout, and then ultimately guess what it is that we think he does with his tools. But let's go ahead and jump into his tools and see what we think. So we'll start out with the outside of his bag. Again, it is a Milwaukee pack out structured bag on top of an organizer. I've always said if you carry Milwaukee pack out organizers like that, that would be the reason to get maybe one of these bags over a Vito, because the cost is pretty similar. I'm just a real big Vito fan. He's also got a couple of the Milwaukee lights that I like inside of there. And then oddly enough, a DeWalt tape measure hooked onto all his Milwaukee stuff. You might not see that often, but DeWalt does make decent tape measures. Next picture. So this is the organizer. I'm assuming that's underneath of his pack out bag right there. Looks like he's got some deep well sockets, some short ones, and then also a set of hex, and then possibly it looks like Torx as well. I see T20 written there. All those look like they're Husky on rails, fitting inside that pack out, but that should mean that he uses these quite a bit if he keeps them on his bag all the time. So that's what's in that organizer. So now we're going to see the inside of his bag. So you're looking at the loadout portion of it. Again, he does pull all these out. So this is just to show you how these tools fit in that bag. So he is fitting a large DeWalt hammer inside this bag. Several Knipex pliers in there. Looks like all comfort grip. He's got some Husky tools, some DeWalt tools, Klein. So lots of different options inside of this side of the bag. Other side, we've got kind of the power tool side. He's carrying a DeWalt DCF 809 as far as its impact. He's also got that DeWalt gyroscope or gyroscopic screwdriver, Milwaukee sledge, it looks like, long security bits, Milwaukee dead blow. He's got something up in here. Maybe we'll see what that is here just a little bit. So here's an overview. He does kind of go into quadrants. So this is, again, just to get you an idea of what all will fit inside that bag. He's also got a respirator up there at the top. I'm not sure if that's the Jersey Discount Tool cleaner. It looks like the same color of it. Kind of looks like the spray bottle. So if that's what you're using, let us know. I'm interested in that, or if you're using something else. So again, just looking at the total layout, if you've thought about that bag, he's got all these tools inside there. It also looked like he had maybe a little bit of room left. So next picture, starting out, we're going to go over here to the left. Looks like he's got a Dasco pry bar, Knipex forged wire strippers in the comfort grip. Also, again, the DeWalt hammer, the Milwaukee sledge, Klein insulated, the kind of drivers where you can swap out the heads. That's a really good screwdriver. DeWalt looks like smaller ratcheting screwdriver. DeWalt Atomic laser distance measurer. My buddy just recently picked that up and he absolutely loves it. He's been carrying it around in his pocket and just really showing it off. But it seems to be pretty accurate so far. We just did some metal stud framing and he used it the whole time and everything was coming out right. So pretty decent for its size at least. It's very, very compact to kind of keep with you in your pocket all the time. So pretty good tool right there. Also, it looks like he's got the spring tool right there for his punch. He's got a pick set as well from Husky, Milwaukee precision drivers, DeWalt torpedo level, Knipex in the comfort grip lineman's with the crimper. Also has the channel lock diagonals down there and some Husky foldable hex keys. Hard for me to think of what that was for some reason. Moving on over, so we're at the lineman and the hex keys. We got lots more Knipex. He's got the twin grips and comfort grip. He's got the 250, so 10-inch pliers wrench, also the Cobalt cutters, 10-inch Cobras, and a pair of needle nose. And then he's got Husky ratcheting wrenches on his carabiner up there. That's a pretty nice way to carry those as well. And his, I'm assuming, Husky ratchets. Everything else has been Husky in that so far. He probably bought an entire set. So next picture, moving on past that, again, another DeWalt. He likes DeWalt screwdrivers, so he's got another ratcheting screwdriver there. Long bits and security. Looks like he's got the whole security bit set along with Torx security. adapters to put his impacts in his socket, or his sockets in his impact. Again, there's those two flashlights, the DeWalt tape measure. Moving on over, there's the power stack and the DeWalt driver, Milwaukee dead blow, more DeWalt dedicated screwdrivers. He's got the limited edition Knipex Cobras, the 7 1/4, and then he's also got the pliers wrench and the comfort grip in the 7 1/4. And then he's got, let's see if I can see the name on this, iFixit precision driver set. I want to say I saw that at Home Depot. I believe I just recently saw that kind of sitting there. So that's a kind of interesting set. And then he's also got the, it's the same one I carry, and I couldn't tell you what the name of it is, the Lasco or something like that. But that magnetic pad is really good. I recently bought the one that folds in half as well. I really like it as well. I think the magnetic mats, I like them personally a lot better than the magnetic cups. But that's just my personal opinion. But you can let us know, Bon Toad, what you think about that. Next picture. So now we're getting into his Milwaukee pack out. So this is a toolbox that he's got, and we're going to go on and see what's on the inside of there. So here's the top layer of it. Looks like he's got a lot of shrink wrap, a lot of labels, different tapes, painter's tape, green stickers, yellow tape there. That yellow tape almost looks like the kind that you put on the forklifts, for forklifts and stuff inside of like maybe your section and office section for certain pallets or something like that in factories. That's what kind of tape that kind of looks like to me, but I could be totally wrong with that. So he's got that there. Different bags up there as well. Down underneath of his tray, he's got 4 tape dispensers along with a lot of shipping tape. So these are kind of throwing me off because that seems like it's a total different thing than the tools. But over here now we're getting into some more pack out. Here's his first aid kit, band-aids, gauze, tape, stuff inside of there. And then here I think is a set of Milwaukee pack out drawers. He's got some knee pads in there, his chargers for his DeWalt stuff, whether it's the smaller 8 volt or also the 12 or 20 volt. And then on top of those chargers in this drawer, he's got, I think it's filter cartridges, safety vests, stuff like that. So all kind of PPE and then chargers. And then inside his other drawer, he's got some black 6mm gloves, Shield Tech. So as always, I always ask that all the time. How well are those gloves working for you? I use the Venoms. They're fairly expensive in my opinion. I don't know how expensive these are, but just let us know how well those work out for you. Also looks like he's got probably some safety glasses, earplugs, respirator cartridges, maybe a Tyvek suit right there, or booties. It looks like over there on the left hand on the floor you can see some, either a Tyvek suit or some booties. Cut level 1 gloves or something there. More respirator stuff. That's kind of just a zoomed in underneath of this stuff right here that we're seeing. This is what's underneath there. So, and then there's his name. So I'll go back through these again. These look like PPE to me inside of his Milwaukee pack out drawer, other than the chargers. And then he's also got a first aid kit with that. And then he's got this shipping materials box, which is kind of throwing me off a little bit. And then we get into his tools. Again, I'll go back to that main picture where we're seeing all of them. So that's everything that's inside of his bag. And then as you get on through here, there's the loadout inside the bag. He's got that organizer tucked up underneath of it. And then there's his Milwaukee pack out structured tote with his organizer as that final picture. But after you've looked at Bon Toad Tech's tools in his Milwaukee structured bag, along with his pack out drawers, his toolbox, his organizers, those kinds of things like that, if you've got any questions for him, make sure and ask those down below. I'm curious to find out exactly what it is he does. I'm going to say it has to be in a factory, like an industrial type feel, because just everything in it looked like to me, that's kind of the sense of it. But it's kind of weird to see all that shipping stuff and then all those tools, because usually in a factory, at least everyone I've worked in, like the shipping people are just totally different from industrial maintenance, which is going to be my guess. But maybe it's a smaller place and he's pulling double duty or something like that. So I'm interested to find out where exactly it might be that he works. Maybe he can't say exactly, but just to find out what it is that they do there. And then again, my questions would be the vinyl gloves. I'm always interested if I can find a good pair that's cheaper than what I'm using. And those might not be cheaper. I don't know yet till I look them up. I think it was Shield Tech or something like that. Interested in that. But if you've got any questions for him, make sure and ask those down below. And then don't forget to guess what it is you think Bon Toad Tech does with all these tools. As always, I hope this video was helpful. Hope it was interesting in some way. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you on the next video.